Hello friends, my name is BK Kolhapure. In last video we have seen in torsion chapter, if the cross section or diameter of the shaft is given to you, you have determined the torque based upon the maximum shear stress or based upon the angle of twist per unit length. Today we will see if torque is given to you and depending upon the condition of shear stress and the angle of twist, you are going to find out the diameter or cross section of the shaft. So here we come across two types of shafts. One is a solid shaft and the other one is a hollow shaft. So today we will see how to design the cross section of a shaft or the diameter of a shaft depending upon the conditions given to you. We will take up with a simple problem here. Suppose if I take a shaft, circular cross section, if the length of the shaft, if I take it as 4 meters, if D is the diameter of the shaft, then I want to transmit a power of 150 kilowatts. I want to transmit a power of 150 kilowatt and the maximum permissible shear stress I want to allow in this is 70 Newton per mm square and maximum angle of twist should be 1 degree in 4 meter length. So these are the conditions given. Based upon this, you have to decide the diameter of the shaft. So one condition is maximum shear stress is 70 Newton per mm square, and second condition is theta should be equal to 1 degree for in a length of 4 meters. So we are required to find out the diameter of shaft. So let us say D be dia of shaft. We have seen a equation for power. Power is equal to 2 pi nt by 60. This is the average torsional moment. So here power is given to you. This is 150. This is in kilowatts. The equation gives the power in new watts. So this is equal to 2 pi n. If the number of revolutions in the problem is say 180 rpm, if n is the number of revolutions 180 rpm, so if I take it as 180 and t average divided by 60, so if you simplify for the torsional moment that is acting, this will be 7957.98. and remember this value of torque what we calculate is in Newton meter. So power is in watts, whereas T what you get is in Newton meter. So using this T, we can determine the diameter of the shaft. So here we know the relation pure bending T by IP is equal to QS by R is equal to G theta by L. So first we will go with the QS. So we will find out diameter based on strength. So based on strength means we go in terms of shear stress. So we will use these two relations. So for that we need polar moment of inertia. IP is equal to, remember in this chapter, torsion chapter, you are going to use moment of inertia formula as pi d raised to 4 divided by 32 only in torsion chapter. So this will be equal to pi d4 by 32. If I use the relation T by IP is equal to QS by R. So here T is 7957.98. Now this is in Newton meter. Let us convert it in Newton mm. Divided by IP is pi d4 by 32. This is equal to QS. The maximum permissible shear stress is 70 Newton per mm square. Divided by R is nothing but the radius of the shaft, that will be equal to D by 2. So only unknown here is D. We'll have to simplify for D here. So D will be D cube. If you simplify, it will be 579023.27. So the diameter what you get with regards to the maximum shear stress is 83.36 Newton per diameter. This is in mm. So the diameter first what we got is 83.36 mm. Now this is the diameter based upon the shear stress. So second, we will go based upon second case, diameter based on rigidity, that is based upon the rotation. So these two relations we will use now. T by IP is equal to G theta by L. So here you know the value of T. The value of T is 795.7.98 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by pi d4 by 32. If I call this diameter as another d as capital D, instead of small d we will call it as capital D. So this is equal to G in the problem. If I give you as G is equal to 84 kilonewton per mm square. If I consider G as 84 kilonewton per mm square, so this will be 84 into 10 to the power of 3 into the angle of twist that is given to you is 1 degrees. In the calculation you are converting into radians, and when you are converting it into radians, this will be 1 into pi by 180 divided by length of the shaft is 4 meters. So 4,000, that will be 4 meter. If you simplify this, you get the value of d cube will be d4. This will be equal to 22117.12, and if you simplify for d, capital D I have taken, so this capital D will be equal to 121.95 mm. Now we have two diameters, is one is based upon shear, the other one is based upon the angle of twist. So you will have to decide which is the diameter of the shaft you will have to consider. So here in this case you will have to consider greater of the two diameters, because if I take 83 mm as the diameter of the shaft, it cannot twist by an angle of 1 degree, it will be failing. So if I take a diameter of 121.95, definitely shear is safe, as well as it will be safe in the rotation. Both the conditions will be satisfied. So we consider the diameter here as maximum diameter of the two. So maximum diameter of the two is 121.95 mm. So this is the diameter we will be choosing for this solid shaft. So here we have designed a solid shaft. We will take up another problem here. Again you see we are moving round about this formula only. T by IP is equal to Fs by R is equal to G theta by L. This is the solid shaft what we have taken into account. We will see a hollow shaft. How to design a hollow shaft? Suppose if I take a hollow shaft of internal diameter is 0.7 times of the external diameter. So I will have to design the internal diameter and the external diameter. So here the power to be transmitted is 360 kilowatts. Number of revolutions N is equal to 90 RPM, and another data which is given to you is the maximum shear stress should not exceed 60 MPa, and the maximum torque is 1.3 times of the average torque. So you will have to be careful about it. So maximum torque that it can attain is 30% more of the average torque which is taking place. So here you are required to find out the diameter of a hollow shaft. For a shaft carrying a power of 360 watts, rotating at a speed of 90 revolutions per minute, the maximum permissible shear stress is 60 MPa, and the maximum torque is 30% of the excess of the average torque. So using these data we will determine the diameters of the shaft. So we know whenever power is given to you, you can find out the torque. We know that power is equal to 2 pi nt by 60, and this T is nothing but the average shear stress, average torsion. So here we know P is 360, its unit is in watts, into 10 to the power 3 into 2 pi into number of revolutions is 90 into T average divided by 60. If you simplify this, you get T average is equal to 38198.3 Newton meter. You should be careful about the unit. It is in Newton meter. So once you determine this torsion what we are determining is the average torque. So the problem says that the torque what it will be attaining is maximum is 30% excess of the average. So we will find out T max. This is equal to 1.3 times of T average is equal to 1.3 times of 38198.3. So if you simplify this, you get the value of maximum torque as 49657.81 Newton meter. Now once you have with this, we are going to use the formula T by IP is equal to Qs by R is equal to G theta by L. This T what we are using is the maximum torque, and the T what you get in this is the average torque. In this problem you have been asked to take the maximum torque as 1.3 times. If nothing is mentioned, then T max will be equal to T average. So here we will continue with the maximum torque. So here we are using the relation again, T by IP is equal to Fs by R. So let us find out polar moment of inertia. Pi by 32 into, it is a hollow shaft, so d raised to 4 minus internal diameter is 0.7 d whole raised to 4. You should be careful here, don't write it as d4 minus 0.7 d raised to 4. So this whole thing will be raised to the power 4. So if you simplify this, you get IP as 0.0746 d raised to 4. D raised to 4. Suppose now here the maximum shear stress is given to you, twist is not given to you, only shear stress is given to you. So if I use the relation T by IP is equal to Qs by R, so T value you know is maximum stress 49657.81. This is in Newton meter, so convert it in Newton mm, divided by IP is 0.0746 d raised to 4. This is equal to Qs. Qs, the maximum permissible shear stress is 60 MPa. MPa is nothing but Newton per mm square only, divided by R is the distance of extreme fiber from the center, that is the radius of the shaft, and the outer shaft is to be taken. So this will be d by 2, outer radius, diameter, outer radius. So if you simplify for this, you get d cube will be equal to 5547119.08, and the value of d will be equal to 176.93 mm. This is the diameter of, outer diameter of the shaft. So inner diameter will be 0.7 times of the outer diameter, 176.93. So the inner diameter of the shaft will be 123.85 mm. So the lines goes on the same as for solid shaft, but here in case of hollow shaft, be careful in determining the moment of inertia, polar moment of inertia. So this is one type of problem that we have seen. Let's take another problem. Here in this problem, we have taken only shear stress into account. If I take both shear stress as well as the angle of twist, we will use another problem here. Suppose there is a hollow shaft whose internal diameter is 0.7 times of the external diameter, and this is subjected to a torque of 2500 Newton meter. So instead of power, torque is given here. If power is given, you can find out the torque there 2 pi nt by 60, and the maximum allowable shear stress is given to you as 50 MPa. And the other condition what is given is the limiting angle of twist is 1.5 degrees in a length of 2 meters. So there is a hollow shaft. The length of the shaft is 2 meter. It is subjected to a torque of 2500 Newton meter. If the ratio of the diameter of the shaft is D is equal to 0.75 times of the outer diameter, then you are required to find out D and D. So here two conditions are given. One is based upon the shear stress, the other second one is in the angle of twist. In our problem it was only based upon the shear stress. So we will go on the same lines here. Here torque is given directly to you. So this will be equal to 2500 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton mm. We are using in terms of Newton mm. Again in terms of T by IP is equal to Q by R is equal to G theta by L. If I give the value of G in this as 80 kilonewton per mm square, 80 kilonewton per. If I give as 80 GPa, it is nothing but 80 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per mm square. So here let us continue with these two conditions. So you need here IP. So IP is given by hollow shaft pi by 32 d raised to 4 minus, be careful, this will be 0.75 times of d whole raised to 4. If you simplify this, you get the value of IP as 0.06711 d raised to 4. So first we will find out diameter based on strength. Based on strength. Based upon strength is nothing but based upon Q. So if I use these two relations, T by IP is equal to Q by R. So here T is known to you 2500 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by IP is known to you 0.06711 d raised to 4 is equal to Q, the value of maximum shear stress given to you is 50 MPa, that is 50 Newton per mm square, divided by R is nothing but the radius of outer diameter or outer diameter. So here if you simplify this, you get D cube will be equal to 372522.72. So D will be equal to 71.92 mm. So this is the external diameter you need when you consider the strength. External diameter, this is the external diameter. We will find out the diameter based upon the rigidity also. So let's go diameter based on rigidity, that is nothing but theta. So we are using these two relations. So T by IP is equal to G theta by L. So T is known to you, that is 2500 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by IP is known to you 0.0711 d raised to 4 is equal to G is given to as 80 kilonewton. So convert it in Newton per mm square into theta, the angle of twist is 1.5 degree, convert it in radians, so it will be 1.5 pi by 180, this will be in radians, divided by L, length of the shaft is 2 meters, so this will be 2000 mm. If you simplify for this, you get d raised to 4 is equal to 35474.348. So D will be equal to here 77.23 mm. 77.23. So this is the diameter based upon shear and this is the diameter based upon the twist. So which is a greater diameter, that will have to take into account. So here maximum diameter we will have to take, and the external diameter here is 77.23 mm and the internal diameter D will be equal to 0.75 times of 77.23, and this value will be equal to 57.92 mm. So like this, you'll have to find out the diameter based upon the shear stress and based upon the angle of twist, whichever is giving the greater diameter, that is to be chosen for the design purpose. So we'll see the other types of problem in the next video. Please subscribe the channel for more videos. Comment for questions in the comment section. Thank you.